Okay. So I didn't want to do this video. Like, it's been like, you know, for like the last couple days, I've been saying I was gonna do it, and I'm like, nah, I shouldn't do it. My last video, I actually got a lot of positive feedback, and it helped a lot of people. But this video is kind of different. Someone asked me um, why do I share some of the things that I share? Because I shouldn't, because people really don't care. Well, let me say this. My ugly truth can be somebody's breakthrough, or somebody can help somebody. I feel like there's so much stuff that I don't share with y'all, because I know people don't care and people love to see you go through things. But the position that I'm in, and that I've been trying to run away from for years, because I just be like, nah, I don't want to do that. Well, obviously, I've been put in this position to go through things, and a lot of times we go through things and we don't realize why we going through them. It be to help other people. It don't even be for us at that moment. Sometimes it is for us to see things, but it don't even be for us. So I've always said my calling was to be like a mentor type person, and I don't want anyone to think that I'm perfect, because people always be like, "You're so strong," and no, I go through things. And that's just always been me. Like I feel like keeping. I mean, I feel like pushing and still going through those things. You gotta you still got to make the best out of it. So it's not that I just live this perfect life and nothing ever goes wrong. But I hate that people have that perception of me. But then when I do share it, someone has something to say, which I don't care about it. I'm at the point now where I forget what anybody has to say, like, especially negative. I can't feed off of negative energy. But I just wanted to say that I wanted to share this video to my mothers. My allergies are on 10s. Sorry. Anyways, I wanted to share this with my mothers. So recently, my oldest son went to live in Texas. Probably the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with, do, besides my brother. I've had him every day of his life since he was born, besides if he would go visit in Texas. Other than that, I've I've taken care of him when I had no help, no nothing. That's my son. But I wanted to say this because we as mothers, we often become selfish with our kids. We don't think about them and how they would feel if they wanted to go live with the other parent. Like, not saying if they would like be in harm's way or something of that nature, but especially my mothers with boys. Like, really listen to me. This is for somebody, whether it be near or far. Listen to those babies, because you don't want them to end up resenting you for being selfish and not letting them go experience that other life, like get to experience life with the other parent. Um, because they will. And granted, they might not say it at the time, because they probably might have asked you and you probably told them, nope, that's not an option. Like, but that's being selfish. And we as mothers, we can't be selfish when it comes to our kids, because as they get older, they never forget that. And although they might not act like it, or they might not say it at the time, eventually it will come up like, well, mama, when I wanted to go live with my daddy, you kept telling me no. So it'll get to the point to where they start acting out, and it might not be you. It's not something that you're doing. It's just in a kid's nature to want to experience that. And a lot of kids don't even get to experience. They don't have the other parent that would let them come stay or want them to come stay. And if it don't work out, they can always come back home. But as mothers, we get so caught up in my kids, because I'll go to war for my kids. I go to jail behind my kids. When it comes to my kids, it's no questions asked. But we also have to think about them and how they feel. And, you know, me personally, I wasn't okay with. I'm still not okay, but that's my baby. and that's going to always be my baby. And I know as a mother, nothing or no one can ever take that place. We'll always have that connection. That's my firstborn. There's nothing that no one can do to tell me as a mother that I didn't do my job. But as a boy, it's in his nature to want to know what it's like to live with his dad. You know, what it's like to be with his dad every day. And I can't take that from him. And we as mothers should not take that from kids, because a lot of times, a lot of women be wanting too much credit. Like, they do everything and blah. Yeah, okay, and if you do, and if they want to go experience that, let them experience that. Like, you really don't want them to grow up and resent you. I've had to, I've had a lot of encounters with, with people, or I've heard about so many black men in general that never had a father growing up, and they would have killed for that experience. You know, we have, it's way worse now. Like, we have a lot of single parent homes, but people have to co-parent, but you have to make co-parenting the best. But especially boys, girls is a little different. I don't think I could ever let my daughter go. But boys, it's way different, because regardless if you think you know everything or not, as a man, there's something as a woman that you will never be able to teach your son. And I've heard this out of my own man's mouth. Like, his mama did everything he could, but you know, he would have wished his father, you know, taught him more with it, you know, because there's just some things you want to know. You want to know certain things about him. You want to, you know how he move or how he operate, stuff like that. And there's things I just can't teach my son. And regardless if you're in a new relationship and you have somebody else in the household, they're still going to want to know. It's human nature. You can't take that from them, and you can't be mad at them. You have to let those babies be those babies. Like, don't stop them from anything. Always keep an open relationship. Always let them come talk to you. And if they want to go live with the other parent or experience life with the other parent, mothers, please. I'm saying this from experience. Don't hold them back. Don't take that from them, unless you feel like it's danger, like they just gonna be really hurt or not taken care of. Then that's understandable. But just being flat out selfish, don't do it, because again, you don't want them to grow up and resent you, and then tell their kids, well, my mama didn't let me go live with my daddy, or etc., etc. You don't want that, because then you have to live with that, and then you have to know, like, man, what could I have done differently? And so it's a huge step. It takes growth. It takes some putting your own feelings to the side. It takes maturity. You know what I'm saying? It takes thinking about your kids first. My son is about to enter his teenage years. I've never been a teenage boy. I've only been a teenage girl. So I'll be able to relate more to my daughter than I can my son, because there's certain things, you know, that he's going through, that he's feeling, that I've never experienced besides as being a woman. So I can't take from him that he wants to, you know, like I said, experience that or go through those things and be more comfortable, you know, talking to his dad. I only hope it works, you know, for the best for him. And if it don't, guess what? He gonna bring his butt right back home, because I'm mama. I'm always gonna be mama, and my door is always open for my baby. But one thing I had to stop questioning myself, like, where did I go wrong? I didn't. Anybody that knows me knows my kids are my whole life. It's just his nature. He's a little boy. And I've never been a little boy. You know, I never really wanted to live with my daddy. I wanted to be up under my mama 24/7. I'm a little girl. I was a little girl. So it was, but my brother, he wanted to live with my daddy every time. I threatened, he wanted to go with my daddy. And it just got to the point to where my mama couldn't take him no more because my brother was acting out. She had to ship him off. So I didn't want it to get to that point. Is it hard? Most definitely. It's definitely hard. But it will help your relationship with your kid, with your son, whatever the case may be. And this is just some advice, because I feel like it'll help somebody. Like I said, people always think I don't go through things. I just live this perfect life. Negative, no. I've been put in situations to help other people. Um, Life has been my greatest teacher. I'm still learning and growing every single day. I've made so many mistakes and I've learned from so many mistakes. I'm still seeing life, in a different perspective. I'm only getting older, getting wiser, but I still have so much more growing to do. I don't know everything. There's so much more I don't know. Um, but having life teach me all these things has been a blessing to me. Like, because granted, I could tell anybody this information, just like my mom or my grandma or my aunties or any of my friends could give me advice on situations. But a lot of times, I just had to experience stuff on my own. And that's usually how it happens. You gotta let people bump their head on their own. But certain situations, I feel like people can help you through, or you can get insight on something else that you know you might didn't know what to do at the time. Or so that's why I do these videos, because I've gotten so much positive feedback, and I know it's my calling. Regardless of anything anybody has to say about me negative, because I know I've heard so much negative in it, but now it makes me laugh. It doesn't even make me mad. Those people are miserable. You can't entertain those kind of people. So I'm going to continue doing what I'm doing, and I'm thankful, what I'm saying, for my gift and the things that, that I know and I've learned and I've gone through, and things that I will continue to grow and go through. It's life. But I just wanted to share this with y'all because I feel like a lot of our mothers, we keep our kids to ourselves, and it's not fair to the babies. Don't don't do the babies like that. Um, because again, when they get older, they resent you for it, and that's not something you want. So, all right, y'all have a good day.